I did my makeup um, at like 6 a.m. this morning. I have friends staying over, a girlfriend, and she's a new friend of me. And we did makeup at 6 a.m. this morning, and then we went and had breakfast, and I'm about to take it off, but in, I don't know, about 6 hours, it'll be 2 complete years as a girl. I keep looking straight at it, and it's got me up here because the camera's down here, right? So I'm pretty happy. I'm calmer than I was last year. Like, a lot of the euphoria went away, but I'm still pretty happy. Like, I had some messed up things happen leading up to this, and I was just like, I told my doctor, I said, they're just not gonna take my shine. I don't care. I'm celebrating 2 years as a girl. I'm not gonna break my stride, like someone, oh no, nothing gonna, not gonna break my stride, nothing gonna slow me down, because I'm doing it. My friend's supposed to come back and celebrate with me. I kind of laid off sex for like the last week. My HRT, some weird things happen, like, I'm feminizing, my face is getting more feminine. My body's getting more feminine, my thighs, my butt, my skin's soft and brighter. My emotional life is stabilizing. But they had a Scipionet shortage back at the beginning of the year, so they switched me to Valorant. And on Scipionet for a year, I had been like right at 350 all the time. Had a stable dose, took the same dose every 7 days, had a stable result every 3 months while I tested. They switched me to the Valorant when there was a Scipionet shortage. And I'm trying to look at the light. I'm trying to remember that I gotta look at this corner to not be like, I'm looking away. They switched me to Valorant. I did my first test. I climbed up to almost 1,000. It was like 950. Doctor freaked out. I freaked out a little bit. Oh, I got like the estrogen of 3 girls. Cool. I made my boobs grow faster, and they did. But I didn't have headaches. I didn't have mood swings like when my time went up. But the doctor freaked out. Said, let's drop it down, and that's okay. So I dropped the dose back a little bit. But I also switched up to, instead of doing 7-day intervals on my own, I switched up to doing 10 and 14 day. Like I do 10 days without a shot, and then I go 14 days without a shot, and 10 days and 14, but definitely more than 7, and no less than 10 every time. And even dropped the dose back some, like he asked me to, and go in 3 months later, and I'm still at 950. So they just switched me back to Scipionet. I did my first injection of Scipionet for Christmas. So I'm hoping that in the next 3 months when I go get tested again, that my estrogen drops back down and becomes stable with the formulation that seemed to be stable when I was taking it the first time, as long as they didn't mess with it. I'm still taking PrEP. Still get tested for sexual health. Sexual health is important, guys. If you're gonna be sexually active and highly sexual active like I am, you should get tested and you should be responsible. Know your sexual health. Figure it out. Like, even I have multiple partners, and last 2 years I got chlamydia twice and gonorrhea once. But I'm highly, highly, highly sexually active, like outside of the norm. But I had to tell people, like I'm saying on YouTube right now, like it happened twice with the one and once with the other. Took antibiotics, got rid of it. Didn't have sex till I tested it again, made sure I was clean. But I had to start narrowing it down because there was a guy in there that he kept saying he was tested and clean, but it seemed like the 3 times I got an STD, it was when I had him over. And he was the only commonality, so I kind of cut him out the loop, because I can, slightly smarter than average, I can figure out where something's coming from with repetition. And I think that he gave me the chlamydia. but you gotta talk about these things. I know it's hard, you know. I'm throwing all that in there because it's been part of my journey. See, in January last year, I got my eyebrows microbladed. Then I got these face tattoos like in February or March. And then I got the BDSM open cages for DDLG and BDSM. Saying I'm looking for a daddy, kind of thing. I kind of blew more into being submissive, and less hesitant to surrender. Which, even like living kind of a quasi-spiritual life, I consider myself a kind of spiritual person, even though I'm kind of out there and off the hook and stuff. I consider myself a decent person. Part of the problem I had walking my spiritual path was that I never really could surrender. I was so stubborn. And so this whole girl experience and deciding to be a submissive, and that was where I was going, has kind of allowed me to surrender in a bigger way. Like, I know sex is mundane and most people are like sex isn't spiritual, but I don't look at our systems as separate. I look at all of it like as together, like our body, our mind, our spirit, and surrendering to people in that level without reserve here. Like more and more till the last 6 months, I was able to do it like just no qualifications. It's allowing me to surrender in a spiritual sense more too, and walk my path. I face adversities. I don't have the level of anxiety I used to have. Now my brain's feminized with estrogen. I'm solving problems differently. I'm reacting to problems differently. Emotionally, my quality of life is better. And mentally, I'm real absent-minded. Like, I got no other way of explaining it other than it's the feminization and the estrogen, because I put something down, I don't know where it is, and I stand up and it's underneath my booty. And I can't even feel it under there, and I'm like, how does that even happen? Like, it would never happen when I was a boy. And I've had 5 phones in 4 months because I keep dropping phones. Now, I ordered a phone case, and I'm like, I'm not taking this phone outside until I get this phone case here next week. And I'm like, this is the 5th phone I bought. Like, I'll be walking along, I'm my normal self, and all of a sudden, it's like my phone just flies out of my hand. And I'm like, I stub my toe a lot. And the nearest thing I can tell is that with my butt expanding in the back and my thighs and my breasts expanding on the front, my balance is off just a little bit. Like, I'm still even doing my katas and my forms and working out and doing a little bit of my martial arts. I'll be going along doing that just fine. All of a sudden, I'll be like, like it was my first day 30 years ago or 40 years ago or whatever. Stumbling and off balance and looking like I'm about to knock my head open. And then all of a sudden, I'll go back to having great balance. But I think that's mostly just that my body's changing and that the balance center has shifted slightly because I have a bigger butt and a bigger chest. I never had before in 51 years. But it's just enough to irritate me, you know? It's like not enough to alarm me. I just laugh and make jokes about it. My boobies are little Sith masters that they're causing me to stumble and fall and stuff. And, you know, at least, you know, since I'm trans and not cis, at least I don't have to worry about when I fall on a penis, I'm gonna get pregnant or something, you know. Anyways, y'all, I got this beautiful corduroy dress like on clearance. It was on clearance at Target, and I love it. It's corduroy, and it's purple. I know I got a lot of purple and pink stuff, but it was like really like my first like really corduroy thing. I couldn't see myself liking corduroy. I haven't liked it all my life. And I looked at this purple dress, and I saw it was like large-ish. I just threw it in the, I didn't even look at the price tag. I just threw it in the cart. I was like, I gotta have that purple corduroy dress. I was like, I'll alter it if it doesn't fit when I get home with the sewing machine. But luckily, it fit perfect. And it was the only one. It was the last one they had on the shelf. You know? I got some white tights. I discovered I like tights the last couple of months, really, like better than socks and better than, like, some leggings. If my legs are cold, I just like to put a pair of tights on and I'm cool. And I started to get the white tights last month, and this month I got 2 pairs of white tights, and I got a white t-shirt, and I never liked wearing white when I was a boy like that. But I like it now. I like the white leggings, and I like the white t-shirts with some of my skirts and stuff, and I'm just changing a little bit. And it's good. Like, it's artistic, it's expanding from what I used to be, so I'm more than I was. You know, or like they said on Alice in Wonderland with Johnny Depp, like, where's the told her, Alice, you've lost much, you're much less muchier. Much less Alice, you know, much less muches. And they were like, oh, you got your muchness back. Well, I feel like I got more muchness now. I feel like I'm more Abby, you know. It's just crazy. You know, but I've never had any buyer's remorse. I've never had any flip-flop in the last 2 years where I'm like, oh, am I doing the right thing? I'm definitely doing the right thing. As weird as it is, as unimaginable as it ever was in 51 years, to all of a sudden be like, damn, I'm a girl. And the rocket. And to be calmer than I ever been. To be more soft-spoken than I've ever been. To be more polite and well-mannered and even apologetic for people when I go out in public. To be calm and not complain when I'm in line, or to not get angry at people and just smile and say, well, sorry I made your day rougher. I never imagined I could be this calm. And I like it, because on the inside, my heart wanted it to be calm and to be nice and to be gentler instead of having to be harsh and aggressive and hurt people. And some of the things I had to do as a boy because of the way people treated me or how they attacked me, because let's face it, when they're insecure, they attack the biggest person in the room. Especially when you feel comfortable, because they're like, well, if I attack this one, everybody's going to be like, well, I guess don't mess around. So people, ever since puberty, when I shot up in height, I would walk into a room and whoever was the insecure guy or girl or whoever thought they were macho or tough would come up to me and want to start low-key bullying me. And I would just plant my feet and be like, no, go play with somebody else. And it would get worse from there. But I didn't see any choice in it. I still don't see any choice. Like when you see war in the world or evil or people bullying each other. But I'm thankful that in 2 years I've only put my hands on someone once. And then I cried afterwards for like 2 hours. But I did it because I had to. But then I cried. And I was like, why did I have to act like this today? Why couldn't I just been Abby and be gentle and loving and give a hug and a kiss and be like, I hope you feel better. But the person was raising their hand at me and swinging at me and threatening me. So I did my thing. And I popped them in the head till they put their hands down. Asked me why I was hitting them. I was like, because you're still hand out by the chin, you know, and out, trying to find your opening to sucker punch me and hopefully knock me out and climb on top of me. So when you put your hands down, when you stop trying to jump in and sucker punch me, I'll stop repelling you. I cried for 2 hours. I was like, wow, I gotta do this. You know, in the last 7 or 8 years, like even as a boy, I developed the policy that my house is Switzerland. I don't care who you hate, who you mad at. There's no yelling in my house or name calling or disrespecting or bullying people. Like, I don't care if it's my best friend. They decide they don't like somebody else I just met. I'd be like, yo, take a walk and get right with you, Jesus, and come back when you know how to treat everybody with dignity in this room. Not just me. Everybody gets treated with dignity in my house as much as possible. Unless they attempt to rob it from me or others. And I put my feet down and I'm like, No, I'm not going. There's a door. This is the one spot. This is my little corner of the globe where I can have no war at the moment. Where I can love people when they come through my door, and I can try my best and my damnedest to be nice to people. You know, my voice is a little raspy. I got some kind of mold or something. Somebody brought me a shelf from outside, and I think it had some pollen and some mold on it. It kind of aggravated my allergies this morning a little bit. But my voice has been going up. It's not as deep as it was. It's softer, it's gentler. I talk quieter because that also lets me not boom and go deeper. But it's slowly starting to go up. When I sing, I can hit higher notes, and I can even do like higher and higher stuff with my voice, just not consistently. And not where it doesn't sound like falsetto or not natural. But I'm getting there. My voice, my larynx is slowly starting to train upwards. And sorry, like I said, my makeup's been since 6, so the whole Harley Quinn thing is kind of like the blue and the red have kind of faded a little bit. I went to brunch with a new friend. She's like bisexual, or said she used to be a lesbian, but we went to lunch and, you know, took a walk. And she was a lot of fun. She's a lot like me, but a lot younger. And I don't know, you know, I'm getting ready either way to bring it in, and I've been celebrating for 2 days. So by the time midnight comes in there, 6 hours, I'll be good and intoxicated. I'm gonna go old long song. Happy New Year, congratulations, me, you made it 2 years. And I'm gonna promptly take my drunk ass to bed, because I'm gonna be drunk by then. I wanted to make this video first though, because I'm gonna have to take my makeup off and clean my face and stuff. And if I'm gonna stay up or have company, I might just do some more makeup, I don't know, play some guitar. You know, I've been playing a lot of guitar, people come over and they're like, wow, you play guitar really well. And I'm like, no, she just lets me touch her. Because I'm not that great. I look at my people, and I'm like, I'm not that good. You know, like, I just love music though. I love the guitar, the resonance, and the crisp sound of the strings and the vibrato, and I just love it. Like, I love language, and I love math, and I love art. And it's about to stop looking so choppy in here, because next month I think I'm gonna get some acrylic paints and have them in Target. And I decided I'm gonna probably order them off of Amazon next month. And I'm gonna cover over some of the stuff people put up that I was like, don't put no hateful stuff up. So I had to block it out, like over by my door. Some guy decided he was gonna be clever and put up gang tags because he was goofy and I didn't know what they were. And he came back and I had spray painted black over him. He's like, what? I was like, I told you anything but hatred on my wall, man. Gang tags qualify as hatred. Because you're saying screw all the other gangs. My place is Switzerland. I'm not messing with people. I'm not participating in all that. I said anything but hatred and separation. God, music, groups, whatever. You know, clothes, style, whatever you want, but just not hatred. You know? And I'm gonna get back at it, and I'm gonna clean it up and redesign. I got some adhesive mirror tiles coming. I think I'm trying to decide which wall I'm gonna make a big, you know, wide, like, I don't know, 3-4 foot wide floor to ceiling, like, block of where I don't have to like try to hang a mirror on the wall or have glass break if I drop something, or if the nail comes loose of the plaster, or, you know, put a hole in the wall, because I was reading up on them, and I got the kind that you can put them on and then you can soften them up and pull the adhesive off when you're ready to take them off, or repaint or move out or whatever, so it doesn't damage the walls. But I'm gonna put a block in the room where it'll reflect more sunshine naturally, and I can stand in front of it and get a good view when I'm trying on outfits and stuff, as opposed to the little mirrors I got, or the skinny long mirrors that they're nice, but if they break, the wood frame comes apart, or, you know, or if the nails are bad, or if it drops and it breaks into slivers and you're cleaning glass up, hoping you don't cut something, and You know, I just decided the acrylic was better. There's no mess, there's no glass. It's not heavy. And you can take it off, you know, putting holes in the wall. So, I'm trying to decide. I was thinking the closet doors. Even though I painted them pink and was going to do the cellar room better, I still just don't like the closet doors. And they would be a great place to put a block of mirrors at. Because then I just wouldn't have to look at like 2 of those closet doors except for the knobs. You know, like, I have a mirror there. You know, and the sunlight would come across here and hit the, you know. The other thing is the sun comes in kind of over this way. I can go in the corner by the air conditioner box where I don't have anything drawn at, really. I can do the mirror back there and the sunlight would hit it, coming beaming right in the window in the winter and the fall and spring when there's not as much leaves and just bounce into the room, which makes the room brighter with natural light, and which is why I like the light rather than the soft light or the light bulbs. I'd rather have natural light as much as possible. Now I just gotta make sure I keep the curtains where, you know, it's not, people not looking up. I mean, that was my consideration about trying to figure out where I'm gonna put the mirrors, because I don't want them where people look up from the street or the driveway and see the reflection into the room if I'm being intimate with someone or something, you know? So I'm just trying to figure that out, you know? Build a few more of those cells. I built 2 of them. I'm gonna step them up to the corner. They start right under the bottom of the stairway optical illusion. I'm gonna build cells as I take this old bookcase apart that was kind of trash anyways, and I'm gonna turn it into cells walking up to the corner by the window. You know, like there's steps, no cells. You know, I'm doing a couple different things. You know, I haven't settled on it finally. The bedroom's like an Alice in Wonderland princess theme. I got 1 drawing in there and that's it so far. Oh, I just got this loft. Oh my God, look at this rug. See, I'm so goofy. See, this is where I'm at after 2 years as a girl, right? Look at my white tights. I got this plush 4x6 area rug at Target. And I was like, oh my God, it's pink. I gotta have it. It's a big pink rug. Like I said on before, on it. Instead of this ugly brown sag rug that's, I've been here 7 years in this apartment. And it had been cleaned and washed, but it wasn't brand new when I moved in. But I rolled it out, and I put my hands on it, I sat on it, and I went, oh my God, this is so soft. I need 3 more of these. I need the whole floor covered in here in the living room with these rugs. Like, I think I'm gonna try to get online on Target and order 3 more of them. I was like 1 a month or something until I cover the living room. And then maybe cover the dining room too, I don't know. But I really like these pink rugs. They're just soft, even walking on it with my feet. It's like, oh my God, it's so soft. And I never stopped to consider soft when I put furniture or clothes or rugs or curtains in my house anymore. But now, like blankets, hoodies, pillows, rugs, like they gotta be soft. Like, and it makes me happy. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm such a girl. Like, I'm not even trying. It just makes me happy, and I'm just goofy about it, you know? And sorry, I'm trying to get the light, because I got the lights low in here. And, yeah. I'm holding the camera now, because I was looking, but this purple dress is really, really cool. Don't y'all worry. I got tights on, you know? And I'm showing. And I got panties on underneath the tights, so I'm not just, like, commandoing it. And it's mostly pulled down, and my legs are crossed over. That's another weird thing in 2 years. Like, I've really gotten used to a certain level of modesty. Like, even though I dress like scantily, I still, when I bend over or I sit down, I'm conscious of keeping my legs together or not bending over from my hips and squatting instead, so that, you know, I'm not giving people a view, or keeping my legs together when I sit down, you know, instead of spreading them out. And part of that has become easier because I have really large testicles. Like, it's just, sorry, I'm not trying to be graphic. I'm just trying to explain. It was painful to tuck at first, and painful to it was uncomfortable to keep my legs together all the time. But as my testicles atrophied and shrunk and shut off in the last 2 years, I tuck 24/7 even when I'm sleeping. You know, the only time it's out not tucked is when I get in the shower or something, or I'm changing my underwear. And it's not uncomfortable at all. I'm not like scared. In fact, it's crazy comfortable. So I like it, because it's just comfortable. It doesn't hurt anymore, which was the thing that even when it didn't hurt, there was an uncomfortable pressure when I put my knees together that made me want to just spread them out and be like, oh my God, that pressure is like constant, But, I don't know. I'm trying different things. I'm still trying to find a couch. I'm trying to hold out and be stubborn because I want a pink sectional. But pink couches are more expensive than not pink couches. And sectionals are like astronomically more expensive than even buying two couches and just putting them together like a sectional. So I think I might just have to do that. I might just have to buy two couches and just put them at a right angle and make an L with them and call it a sectional. Maybe like get an ottoman and put it, or a table and put it behind the 90-degree bend where there's a little space there or something. I don't know. Get a screw gun, nail it together, or screw it together or something. Just call it a sectional. Because, you go from, I get two couches at like $300 a piece and put them at right angles, and $600, call it a nice sectional, 4 seats, 5 seats, 6 seats. But you can get a 4-seat sectional, $1,000. If it's pink, I was going to be $1,200. Easy. I was like, who pays this much money for couches? Like, I ain't paid attention to this stuff all my life. I'm like, who pays $8,000 for a couch? Like, who has that money? Like, really? Okay, but, I was like, I could build a sectional for cheaper than they went for a regular couch even. But I don't want to do boy stuff anymore. I don't want to construct really. Like, making these little shelves or whatever is one thing, but I don't really want to construct a whole couch or something and sit up here and be like, feeling like I'm going to do it again, And I'm excited that my boundaries are going to change after tonight. I'm going to start traveling to other people instead of just making people come to my house. I'm going to be getting out more because I've spent my 2 years as a girl in my little cocoon hideaway here, and I'm gonna be like it was when I was a boy. I'm gonna be gone all the time except sleep. I'll let people pick me up and take me places where I wouldn't do that for the first 2 years because I decided I really needed to get my feet under me as a girl before I started throwing strangers and houses and different places into the mix where I didn't know anybody. Where I'd be confused or paranoid or scared somebody, like if somebody was gonna try to kick me out because I heard horror stories. But everybody's been nice to me that I've had over in my house. Like, I screen people and use my intuition and common sense and screen people just like I did when I was a boy and talk to girls on the internet, And I, if they show me red flags or I get that feeling, I just say, I'm tired, or I go to bed, or I got somebody knocking on my door, I gotta go, hit me up tomorrow or later. And I just politely sidestep it. Oh, and yes, it's not that my lip is overdrawn. There's a little bit of pink lipstick on it. But, my lips are swelling. Because if I had Botox, like that's one of the things that really weirds me out. Like, it did it for a while and it stopped. And now it is swollen again. And the foundation doesn't look right on it. And I can't do it all the way up where the swelling went because it really looks like I have Botox lips. Instead, just a little bit. But it's pinkish where it's turning pink, but it's a little bit lighter than my lips were. Like, and you can just see if it gets just a little bit more pigment in it, you'll see it's just gonna look like my lips, even without lipstick. But other than taking hormones and having my eyebrows microbladed, I've not done anything to my body. Other than tattoos. I've been getting tattoos since I was 11 years old. I don't think I'm ever gonna stop. And I don't plan on it. My breasts are about to go beyond C cups. They've been C cups all this year, and I'm starting to swell on my C cup bras where they're uncomfortable. I'm gonna go up probably. My up by Stigley and getting bigger. I don't wear anything but heels. I got one pair of platforms and one pair of flats. Everything else is heels. Even though it's like 0 and below, I'm still just wearing heels. With tights and socks and stuff, I'm just wearing heels. People were like, "You crazy?" I said, "No, but I decided I'm wearing heels." And for some reason, I've discovered that the flats aggravate my spinal arthritis, whereas the heels, I guess because I'm leaning forward on the balls of my feet, take the pressure off my back when I walk. So when I walk, my back hurts less. Still hurts, but it takes longer to get to the same place than if I'm flat-footed, thumping my whole foot on the ground where it travels right up my ankle from my heel right up to the small of my back, and where after an hour I'm in excruciating pain doing anything that I'm standing up, So I sacrificed. It was cold. Oh, and my new friend brought me a purple jacket. I finally have a jacket. I was like, I'll try it on, but I was like, every jacket I've tried on, and even looked at the sizes online in the last 2 years, was too big for my shoulders. Like trying to do like the Chris Farley fat man in a little coat skit. And she brought me two. One was like a faux leather, and she wanted me to try it on first. I tried it, and I said, no, look, if I bring my arms any closer in out here, I'm going to rip it. I get back to her, and she said, now here's the one I told you about, I wanted you to try. It's like a purple, puffy nylon jacket that's a little bit short, like some of this crop, but the sleeves are long enough. And my shoulders with it, and it'll zip up. I was like, oh my God. Midway through my second winter as a girl, well, I guess no. It was the second half of 2 winters, because I started in January, so for half a winter, then a full winter, and now half a winter. This winter being mostly over, I finally got a winter jacket. It's kind of purplish pink that I like, and it's comfortable and I like it. It looks good with my stuff. It's gonna look really good with this corduroy dress. I'm gonna have to wear I got some pink thermals, pinkish mauve thermals. I got this at Target. So I cut way back on the clothes. And I'm picking my clothes a little bit differently. I'm still getting like the dress is kind of short and stuff and tight. But like I got corduroy today. I got a couple of bodysuits. I got, I don't know, I just slowed up and I started to get a little bit more stylish and spread out a little bit instead of just like the kawaii and the pastel and the golf stuff I was getting. I spread it out a little bit, and I started to buy less clothes online. I'll buy 1 or 2 outfits at Target. I need to get a new wig. I've had this one for 2 months, but I like this style. I think that next month when I get a new wig, I'm gonna get one, but I'm gonna get one that's about 4 inches longer, so it goes further down my back because my hair underneath is getting longer, and I still make a whole lot of body heat. So if I put the wig cap on and the wig, I'm like steaming. I'm like sweating. And everybody else is cold because I got the windows wide open in the dead of winter, talking about I'm warm. Like, we're freezing, and I shut it, and then I have to take the wig cap off and put the wig back on. But the hair is getting down, like, here is my real hair. It's almost as long as this wig is. So I think I'm going to go to a slightly longer wig. I'm going to still do the bangs because the bangs seem to frame my face well. And it just took me a while to find what I liked. I still ended up, after doing the brown and the red, going back to the blonde because I just like the blonde better. My bald spot's growing in. It's getting smaller and smaller and sparser and has more and more hair. I'm down to shaving my legs only like twice a month, and I didn't do any laser. Didn't do any electrolysis, just the progesterone and the estrogen. Shut all of that androgen-driven hair response, and what's left is spread out more, grows slower, it's blonde and soft. So I don't know. A lot of people say it couldn't be done. A lot of people say there's no studies. My research said it was terse. didn't want trans people in the 70s, 80s, just, to look like natural cis girls without a lot of surgery and being able to identify them. And I asked for the medicine I wanted, and I didn't do any blockers. And my doctor, when 6 months taking hormones, my testicles shut off, and my testosterone dropped down to 300, and then the next time down to 15 or 17, and was like, I wouldn't believe it if I wasn't looking at it in front of me. I said, well, I don't really want to tell you I told you so, doc, but I did tell you I did extensive research. Came to the conclusion that somebody was lying. Somebody needed to do some explaining about what they were telling people. And I got attacked. I got thrown out of groups on Facebook where trans people told me I was being dangerous and hurting myself. Well, I still haven't stroked out. I'm not dying. I don't have any cancer. I'm not going to have a boob job. I probably won't have to have face surgery. I still need to go get my teeth fixed. But, it's always one thing after the other. And then there was whatever the pox is, I guess, that I heard the other day. See, I don't watch, since I became a girl, I don't really watch current events. So I guess that there was a problem with the word monkeypox. But whatever the sickness is, now it's another sickness, and I'm waiting for these rounds of sicknesses to be over, because when I get 12 teeth pulled out and have to have posts in and have dentures or implants, I'm going to have all these open points of entry in my mouth, and I don't want to be breathing on the bus somewhere and breathe somebody's sickness in and get sick, because I got stitches in my mouth and my teeth pulled out, and I've really gotten it bothers me that my teeth are messed up, but I've gotten to the point where I've accepted it, and I don't see the pretty. I mean, I can see that I'm feminizing, and I like it, and I'm happy, but everybody tells me all the time I'm pretty, and I'm like, I don't see it. And they're like, you are, and I'm like, you sure you don't need glasses? I'm like, but they're not looking at my teeth, they're looking at my face and my makeup and my hair and my manner and my energy and my heart. And it's really nice. Like, pretty is an emotion. And it's nice to feel like that when somebody says that to you. So, like I said, I gotta find a chance. My boundaries are changing, so I'm gonna travel. And I'm open to the possibility of having my first boyfriend. And it's been 2 years, that boundary's gone. The first person that earns my heart can have it. But they're gonna have to earn it. I'm not just gonna be like, one night knowing somebody, like, sure, I'll be yours. Like, they have to work for it. They have to audition. Hold my hand in public and all that kind of stuff, Because I can have as much sex as I want, but I want someone who's going to cuddle with me and hold my hand and let me be girly, But anyways, I'll be back. I'm going to go spend this last 5 hours having cocktails and playing guitar and counting it down for it to be a whole 2 years. Every day for the last 2 years. From January 1st, 21 to December 31st, 22. I've made a whole 2 years out publicly everywhere as a girl. I've done porn, amateur porn. I'm all over the internet. I have this YouTube channel, I have Facebook, Snapchat, I'm everywhere, And I blew up. Like, I blew up so much on Facebook. I got rid of the Facebook profile I had since before Iraq and in early 2000s when I started Facebook. And I got rid of my email that I had since the 90s from my Hotmail. And I just started all over again. Because my Facebook blew up so bad, it freaked me out. Like, it freaked me out. Like, I panicked. Like, I was like, why am I so popular? Like, I went from nobody with 30 friends to 300 friends to 1,000 friends and 20,000 followers. And my phone was blowing up all the time. And I was like, what the hell is going on? So I just got rid of everything old and started over again. I was like, okay, let's start over again. And hopefully I can be a nobody for a minute before everybody figures out where I went and blows me up again, Like, I never imagined I'd be this popular. It's weird. I was never popular, ever. I mean, I always had friends, and a lot of people liked me, but a lot of people hated me, and I was definitely never popular. So I just don't know what to do with it. So I'm trying to adjust. I just smile and say thank you when people tell me I'm pretty. I think, damn, I don't really want to ride in a car with them. I think they're blind. Anyways, babies, remember, love somebody today and forgive somebody, but that doesn't mean you have to let somebody be a doormat. You can love somebody and forgive them, but if they're just not good for you, not let them into your space or not let them keep hurting you. Keep them out of resistance, but you don't have to hold a grudge, and you don't have to call them names. Remember, love and peace, baby. Love and justice. Love people and forgive them, so you don't have to be better, and then you can be a brighter light in the world. I'll be back in year 3 in a little bit.